Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. We understand English completely, but we are not able to speak in English. Why? We all have this question, right? We are able to read English very well, we are able to understand English very well, but when it comes to speaking, we are not able to communicate or we are not able to speak in English. Why this happens? Well, let's talk about this today in this session. So today in this session, I'm going to talk about why we are not able to speak in English even though we understand English and we are able to read English very well. Okay, and I'm going to talk about why it is essential to improve our English speaking or why it is very important to communicate well in English. What is that which we need to take care of while speaking in English? Okay, so I'm going to talk about all these things in this session. So guys, on that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. But if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is, yes, stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. Now let's get back to the topic. So the big question here is why I'm not able to speak in English even though I understand English completely and I can read English very well. So there are two things to it: reading, listening, and speaking. Or rather, reading, understanding, and speaking. Okay, so as kids we study this subject English and we have learned how to read it. Right? We are able to read it because that is taught in our schools. That is the foundation which is being prepared in schools. So we know ABCD and we know how to construct sentences and words and sentences and how to read, everything is fine. But in schools, the process is just one way process, right? You are just given inputs, right? The teacher will give you all the inputs, he or she will read the chapters, make you understand and everything, but it's not the other way around. Once the teacher makes you understand the chapter and everything else, it's not that you get a chance also to explain everything. Every individual don't get a chance, right? So that is one-way communication. If it is two-way communication, I think things would have been better. Each student must have started to speak in English as well in this way, right? When you get time to interact or speak on that topic. But we don't get the time to speak in school. Okay, so that is why I think we are not able to speak the language well. We are able to understand, we know what these words are, what it is, how it is constructed, what is the spelling, vocabulary, etc. Everything else is taught and we just read it and try to understand it there. But we are not able to speak because we don't get a chance to interact or talk about it in the way the teachers speak about the chapters, right? So that is one thing. We are programmed to understand or learn, not speak. So that is why we are able to understand English, we are able to read English very well, but the problem is we are not able to speak because of one-way communication. The other problem is English is not our mother tongue, right? We speak in different languages. Some speak in Hindi, some speak in the regional languages. So what happens is when we go to school, when we spend 10, 12 long years in school, it's like, when we are on break, so when we speak to each other, we tend to speak in our mother tongue or our regional language. Okay, so that is another disadvantage we have. If we would have spoken this language in school also the whole time for 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever we stay in school, things would have changed for us. But it's just that we are on our own and nobody is there to instruct us, right? So we tend to speak in a regional or mother tongue there. during lunch intervals or games period or any other time, except we speak to teachers in English if it is an English medium school or a convent school, right? So that is where we miss out. So again, as I said, it's just a one-way communication. The teachers of particular subjects speak to us in English, but we don't get time to interact, or individually everybody don't get time to interact with the teacher in the same language or in English about any topic or anything, right? Some people get time, at times teacher asks some random questions and whoever raises their hands, they get a chance to speak, but not everybody. Okay, so that is why we tend to speak during interval and lunch also in our mother tongue. So we don't follow this rule that we have to speak in English in school. So that is another disadvantage. That is another reason why we are able to understand the language, but we are not able to speak it fluently. Okay, because we are not in practice of speaking the language, right? And I'm sure you all will agree with me. Convent schools have this rule that they have to speak in English when they are in campus. But of course, it all depends on the individual how much they want to follow that, right? A lot of people follow also, they do speak in English, but then majority of people don't speak in English also because nobody is watching them, right? If somebody is there, of course, they'll start speaking in English. But this rule is good actually. So we don't follow this. That is why it is a one-way communication, and that is why we struggle with speaking in English later in our life, right? During our college days and then our professional life. And that is why our English is very weak, or we are not fluent and confident in speaking in English, right? So this is another reason why we are not conversant, or we are not very fluent in speaking in English, although we understand and we can read English very well. And the last reason is we try hard to speak in English, but we don't know how to go about it, right? We don't know how to practice it, how to make a plan, right? We just jump from one bush to other. We jump from here and there. We see one video, we start following that. We see another video, we start following that. So randomly we pick up anything and we start doing that, which is actually not gonna help, guys. We have to come up with a robust study plan, like how we have to move, how we have to go ahead with our English speaking, right? Like in schools and colleges also, they have a curriculum, they have subjects, they have topics, right? This topic will be number 1, then second, then third, then fourth. They know how to do it, right? Like kids, they start with capital ABCD, then they start with small ABCD, then they combine small and capital ABCD, then they come up with 2-letter word, 3-letter word, and then 4, and etc. So this is how they proceed ahead. So in the same way, we also have to follow a routine, a path which will help us to move forward. Okay, not randomly we can pick up anything and we can start doing, right? Somebody told us shadowing is the best practice to start speaking in English. So we started shadowing, but we are not speaking on our own, right? Or we have started doing something else, listening, but we are not speaking. Okay, so that is why we have to come up with a plan, how to go ahead, right? What is required right away? What should we start focusing on right now? So that is something we have to take care of. We have to come up with the detailed plan to understand how to start with speaking in English. What are things are required? What are activities, techniques, exercises, or practice sessions we need to include so that it helps us to become fluent and confident in speaking in English in no time, okay, or effortlessly basically. Okay, so we have to take care of all these things, guys. So these are the 3 things which are very important. We need to focus on, we need to take care of. And that is why we are able to understand everything, but we are not able to speak, right? So these are the reasons. Now, how to overcome this and how to communicate better every single day. To overcome this is we have to practice in a very structured way. We have to come up with a detailed plan as I spoke about it, and then we have to move forward. We should know what should we focus on right now, what is required right now. We should know ourselves, and then we should come up with a plan and start working on it. And then revisiting or revising that plan is very important, Maybe for a month you carry on with that plan, and if you see it is not helping you, you're not gaining anything out of it, you should try to change that plan, change everything and see if that works. So at intervals, we need to introspect. We need to look back and see what is helping us and what is not helping us. And if it is not helping us, let's try something else, right? We should not give up. We should try something else, put up another plan, change something which is not helping you, and then go ahead with that. And you will see definitely it's going to work out for you. It will take some time, guys, but definitely it will help you. But you don't have to give up. You have to keep on doing this. You have to keep on introspecting. You have to keep on evaluating, right? If your English is improving or not. Now, how to communicate better every single day. Once you start working on a plan and you start speaking in English, you have to focus on how you are speaking, how you are communicating. What sentences are you using? What words are you using? Okay, because there's a very thin line between communication and miscommunication, right? If you're not able to translate your ideas in a better way or the best way possible, it might become a miscommunication. It might turn out to be a miscommunication, right? So that is why we have to choose our words, we have to choose our sentences very wisely. And that is what we should focus on. How to communicate better in the best way possible. Okay, so that there is no chance of miscommunication. At times when we are not fluent in English, we just try to speak something. We just try to use sentences to speak. And we don't realize what we are talking about, right? And the audience or the person listening to you gets lost, like feels lost. What are you talking about? Or what is it? Or what is going on? I'm not able to understand. So this is something which we need to avoid. Okay, and at times in nervousness, we say a lot of things which we shouldn't say, right? For example, if we don't agree with somebody and if we directly say, no, you are wrong. You are wrong. No, we shouldn't say like this. So when we're nervous, when you're not very fluent in English, we just want to say something and we just say, no, you are wrong or you are wrong. This is not the right way. So you have to understand what you have to say. You have to take a moment to think about what you should say, what sentences you should use. So instead of saying, no, you are wrong or you are wrong, we should say, I think I'll disagree with this. Well, I have a different opinion on this. Okay, or I have a different perspective on this. Okay, this is the right way of saying this. Instead of saying you are wrong, you should never say this. So that is why, when you say this, you are wrong, the other person will get offended, right? But if you say it in this way that I have a different opinion on this or I slightly differ on this, it will not offend the other person. The other person will be ready to listen to you also. So that is why there's a very thin line between communication and miscommunication. So that is why we need to know how to choose our words, sentences, and how to say that, right? The expressions, the body language, the voice, tone, etc. We have to choose everything, how to say that so that it doesn't give a different impression or a wrong impression on the audience or the person listening to us, right? So this is what we need to focus on. We have to improve our communication every day, or we have to start speaking better every day. We should polish our words and sentences every single day or restructure everything every single day. If today we are speaking on a topic, the next day we should try to restructure those sentences and ideas and present it. Okay, so this is how we need to practice in order to speak better every day. We need to make our sentences and vocabulary better. Okay, including our expressions and gestures as well. And this is how we'll be able to command our fluency and confidence in English. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.